If you've ever felt like the only way to lose fat is to cancel weekends, avoid social events, cut out your favorite foods, cut carbs, burn yourself out doing cardio at the gym every single day for hours on end, this video will change everything. Today I'm going to be walking you through the exact 5-star fat loss system that I use to get the results that we get on our program. This simple system helps us fulfill our guarantee of helping clients lose 5-10 kilos in the first 90 days without having to cut out their favorite foods or social events. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to lose fat sustainably as well, and essentially how other normal people like you are doing it every day. So let's talk about the mistakes that people make first. With these similar thoughts that, they have to cut carbs, they have to be perfect with their diet and everything that they do. So with cutting carbs, with cutting alcohol, all takeaway, avoiding social events on the weekends or just in social events in general, and just having these weekend guilt cycles and I guess these 8-week challenge sort of mindsets rather than lifestyle change mindsets. Or maybe even with their training, maybe they're going smashing out cardio every single night, they're on the treadmill, they're doing all these classes, just trying to get as big as a calorie burn as possible, as opposed to just focusing on enjoying their training and having the right nutrition plan in place so they don't actually have to spend their time smashing off the calories in the gym. And for this very reason, you wonder why so many people, especially in the new year, struggle to stay consistent with exercise, because they're trying to chase the calorie burn. They're trying to burn the fat doing the exercise rather than actually enjoy their training and having the right nutrition plan, because nutrition will get you 90% of your fat loss results. Training will only get you 10%. You could literally get a really good fat loss result without hardly any exercise. Not that I recommend you doing hardly any exercise, but what I will explain to you now is the 5-star fat loss system. So we've got 4 pillars and main approaches that we use within this 5-star fat loss system. So I'm going to start off with our easy adjust training protocol. So on the topic of people going to the gym trying to smash out cardio and just chasing the calorie burn for fat loss, one of our clients, Georgina, who's still on the program, she's 18 kilos down in the last 5 months. It's insane. She joined in June and she's 18 kilos down. She was 100 kilos and now she's almost in the 70s in the space of 5 months, not even half a year. It's just crazy to me. And that's all because of our simple approaches like the easy adjust training protocol. All it does is actually refocus her training so it's enjoyable, so it's sustainable, and so it's actually working her towards her goals. She wanted to achieve a toned look, so what we did is got her on the right plan with her nutritional stuff, which is what I'll run through soon. But then we actually got her focusing on prioritizing resistance training at the gym consistently and in a way that suited her and worked with her lifestyle. We weren't expecting her to be in the gym every day. I think we started with just 3 days. Now it's increased to 4 days a week, but she was doing 3 days a week and still getting great results as well. The next pillar is our easy adjust nutrition protocol. So very similar to our easy adjust training protocol. Essentially, we're just trying to create a sustainable nutrition plan for our clients. So what the easy adjust nutrition protocol involves is a diet review call where we'll get our clients on, we'll get the most average day of eating. We'll then set their personalized nutritional targets that they need to hit on a daily basis, and we'll try and now line up their day of eating with this so they have an example or like a template of what they would need to eat to hit these goals. This is not a meal plan, it's simply just a template to help them hit these goals until they get on their feet, they get used to calorie tracking, etc. And then they can sort of, have that flexibility to swap meals in and out and, sort of figure out the puzzle of what fits their calories and hits the protein and all this stuff. In this diet review call, we want to include, our clients' favorite foods and still keeping this balance of 80% good foods and then 20% bad and more indulgent sort of foods. That way we can make sure that, we're still eating healthy, but it's, with balance and in moderation, of us having these indulgent foods. A really good client example of mine is Cody. He is 10 kilos down in around 4 months on the program, and he's lost these 10 kilos in probably the busiest part of his life so far. He's been finishing up his studies at university and he's literally just finished last week, so he is stoked. For these last 4 months, he has been in his final exams, stressing hard, more cravings than ever before because he's got all these things he needs to study for, pulling all these late nighters, really, poor sleep, but it's been worked on and it's a lot better now. Simply, he just needed a plan that actually worked for him and was going to, suit him when it came to this busy period. So that's what we did. We picked out the times where he was going to be having, trouble with the cravings, etc. because of these study times. We made sure to allow him, decent coverage. So when he got these cravings, he was able to actually have something that was, fulfilling. And that's what we've done, and that's why he's been able to stay so consistent and, get these great results. Our next pillar is our calorie booster approach. So a really good client example of how good this calorie booster approach is, Lennox. He's 8 kilos down in 12 weeks. One of the first things he said to me when he came on the program is he he has a girlfriend, he has a family, he does not want to have to cut out valuable time with his loved ones. And some of that valuable time was, you know, going out and getting a nice meal out, you know what I mean? He was a foodie, he loved going out to different restaurants and trying them with his girlfriend. So he did not want to have to cut this out or restrict it. He wanted to, because that's what made his relationship healthy as well. It kept the dynamic and all that. And it's just things that you don't have to cut out for a goal like fat loss, right? So our calorie booster approach actually freed up some extra calories from on the weekend and for social events, so he could enjoy these, actually have a meal that he wanted to have and not just get the salad at every restaurant because everything else is too high in calories. This approach actually freed him up so he could have, you know, if he wanted to go have a pizza, he could have a pizza. If he wanted to have a few beers or a few drinks of alcohol, he could do that. This approach brought that flexibility back and that balance back with his social life and results. Our last pillar that we're going to talk about, it's sort of one that we can link to every other pillar that we've spoken about, is our 20-cent shop approach. I briefly spoke about it before, but essentially all it is just how to manage cravings properly without overdoing it. A 20-cent shop approach means that with your daily calorie goal that our clients have, 20% of their daily calorie goal is what they can use on these more snacky and indulgent foods. That way they can manage their cravings without overdoing it, because the other 80% is healthy and it's all fitting within their goals. And that way with that 80%, it's more than enough for them to still hit their nutritional goals and essentially get results. So you name it, foods like chocolate, ice cream, you know, pizzas, burgers, chips, whatever it was, if it fit within that 20%, they were able to eat it on a daily basis. And our clients literally eat chocolate, ice cream and all that every night in moderation, and they've got these great results that you can see on the screen. The reason why this system works so well is because it's actually made for real world and it's sustainable. It's made for real life people. It's not made for fitness robots that you see online that are 18, that are on steroids, and that, you know, their job is to basically look good. And these are people that have never had commitments in their life. Their only commitment is a gym membership, right? They don't understand what it's like to have, you know, full-time work and to be balancing this and that. Most people are also balancing life with kids and families and all that, you know what I mean? There's a lot more to it than just a gym membership for some people. But also, with these busy lives, we've also got to somehow find a way to de-stress. And for most people, it's, you know, having these social events, this valuable time with loved ones, going and having a nice meal out, actually eating food that they enjoy. Because a lot of people, you know, love that comfort eating sort of thing. You know, food brings them comfort. So why would we restrict that? All it's going to lead to is just all signs red, and it's going to be alarming. Which is why people can never stick to, you know, these restrictive fad diets like keto, fasting, you name it, right? And the approach empowers consistency over perfection. You do not need to be perfect, you just need to be consistent enough. You just need to be good most of the time and you'll get results. Once again, the results that you can see on the screen right here, these are all average people like you guys. They're not special. They didn't just, you know, they weren't designed to go and get a great fat loss result, right? Regular jobs, they have families, they're very busy, all this stuff, right? They were all in the exact same position as you are watching this video right now. The only difference is they actually took action. And if you're someone who's, you know, watching this video and thinking, you know, maybe it's my time to take action, maybe this is something that could be good for me, we do have a Black Friday offer coming out. It's our 90-day social reset. It is launching very, very soon at the end of the week. There's exclusive bonuses and that never seen before value that we're offering. So if you guys want to learn a bit more information about it and be the first to know all the good news before the public does, we've created a priority list. So if you want to join this priority list, all you need to do is go to my Instagram at landonquinn.coaching and simply just message me the word priority and I'll add you to this list now. The priority list will also give you early access before the general public. If you decide that it's for you and you want to start, you know, kickstart getting things going so you can lose 5-10 kilos without cutting out your favorite foods or social events before February 2026, then this is the perfect chance for you. Once again, go to my Instagram, message me priority, and we'll add you to that priority list now.